Samaran, guys. As I've realized, Uguti, a lot of us guys say things in terms of what we want in a relationship, but we actually are struggling to articulate it. I'll hear a lot of men saying, Guti, in a relationship, when are they looking for respect? And it's such a hard thing, what does that mean? What does respect look like to you? So I was actually thinking about it. I was actually in the shower this morning and I was thinking, Guti, there's this notion now, this expectation that we have as guys, where we look at potential females in relationships or vice versa, and we ask the question of, what do you bring to the table? And then we have our uncommunicated expectations. A lot of sisters also I don't know, they feel they understand what we are actually asking, but really we constantly miss each other, and there's a lot of frustration and unmet expectations. There's a lot of frustration that comes from that. And I was thinking, what's okay, Sharp, what does respect look like? Like, what is respect? Obviously, respect will differ from person to person, will differ from male to male. So what Mina's Upensin might view as respect in relationship, Carl might not see it the same, or Sbonga Wonke might not see it the same, because of our environment, how we were brought up, our parenting. All those things affect how we view respect and how we view receiving respect. So I've narrowed it down to like two things. Obviously, you guys will add in the comments and you guys will debate, and some guys will argue with me, or whatever the case is. But this is how you keep a man. Two ways. Two things. Yes, this is subjective. Yes, this is man specific, because we are different. But there's two ways how to keep a man. The first one is make him happy. What makes me happy isn't necessarily what makes the next guy happy. So when I'm talking about making guy happy, I'm talking about one-on-one now. I'm talking about one-on-one. So for example, he's happy when when you make him a meal, and you feed him. He's happy from a physical point when you do those things that you do with your tongue. He's happy. He's happy when maybe he's a gamer and he likes playing PlayStation. He's happy the most when you allow him his space to play, and then every now and again you check upon him with like some snacks or a drink or whatever the case may be. He's happiest then. So when you find things that make your man happy, those things that are simple, small things, those things that are medium things, those are big things that make your man happy, and you constantly do that, that's how you keep your man. So those things that you do in the bedroom, the fact that you know that his favorite meal is lasagna, all those type of things actually ensure Ogoti it makes him happy. He needs to feel joyful. He needs to be happy, and he needs to feel joyful. If your man is feeling a type of way from a physical point, he looks at himself in the mirror, he's feeling a bit chubby-nyana, whatever the case is, a little bit insecure about his body, your job as his girlfriend is to make him feel good about himself and make him feel happy. How my baby, as I can see your shoulders coming out. Make him feel happy, make him feel good, make him feel joyful. If your man will come my taxi and financially is not in a space to buy a car, make him feel happy, make him feel joyful, make him feel good about himself. Oh, my baby, don't worry. We're saving money. We're going to put money aside. We're going to get that car. Let's not overstress. Let's not rush. Everything in God's time. Everything, there's a plan. Make your man feel happy. Don't make your man feel insecure. Don't ever put your nigga down. If you can constantly find those things and constantly make him happy, invest in those things constantly. The second part, the respect part. How do I view that? And I was actually thinking about it, and it took me some time to actually be able to articulate it. So respect to a man, in my humble opinion, is all about his social status. As men, it is very important to us how we are seen, within our social space. If you think about it, even in primary school, when we play soccer on the fields, there was always some sort of hierarchy. The best players played striker, the worst players were the goalkeeper. The guy who owned the ball, he was the one who dictated who played in which team and how long the game would be and when the game stops. He owned the ball. There was always a hierarchy. There's always been a hierarchy in the playground amongst men, amongst the jungle of masculinity. There's always been a hierarchy. So now, you as the partner, your job is to elevate him within that hierarchy, to increase his social status. It's so important for men, generally speaking, to be as high as possible within that social status. So again, see how you are carrying yourself publicly will affect this guy's social status. That's why guys value something like body count. Because if every man has been with you and you have been a hoe, him dating you will reduce his social status. That's just a fact. If you were a girl who has kept herself relatively in low numbers, we are hlonipha in terms of the way you carry yourself, by dating you, it elevates his social status. So again, look at it like a car. Sorry to compare women to a car. But again, if it's a car that has been used, what driving schoolie, everybody's been through that car, it's sitting on a 500,000 kilometers, him buying that car lowers him. Him buying a Bugatti or Ferrari that is rare and very elevates him. So when your sister, again, is trying to find out within the social space, what is valued here within the social space? Is it the fact that he drives a certain car? Is it the fact that he's with a certain person? You as his girlfriend maybe looking a specific way, being a gym girl, does that elevate him? If you're in a traditional space and funuba oh mama, does that elevate him? So in essence, you're constantly trying to find a way with how can I elevate my man's social status? If you're going around, just for the average middle class black male here in Joburg, if you're going around showing your ass and your titties for everyone, does that, Siswam, elevate your man's status, generally speaking, or does it lower it? That's the type of thinking. If we are playing in 30 seconds and you dumb as shit and you can't even break down and explain to Nelson Mandela, does that elevate your person or does that lower your person? If you're at gym and you're wearing those tights that literally go up your ass crack, those tights I'm talking about, those ones that literally go up your ass crack, and you're wearing a boob tube that shows your nipples, generally speaking, does that elevate for the general person? Maybe your man likes showing you off with maybe. But for the general, does that elevate your man's social status or does it lower it? So we need to be very cognizant about how you move to elevate your man or to. There's no middle ground. Let me tell you something. There's no middle ground. There's no like, what I'm doing is neutral. No. If you are dressed, you dressed appropriately, you dressed, let's say, but you're not showing titties, you're not showing ass, and you've hair's did, and you care, and you're hlonipha. Yes, you might be neutral in the world, but it's mama la. It elevates him. If you're in a space and let's say there's a braai, whatever the case is, and when as we see, so you also invited in a braai, but at the end of it you help cleaning up the dishes and you go and you wash the dishes, that elevates your man, because we look and go, yes, mama, yes, put him into grand. Those type of things, those type of things will elevate your man's status amongst his peers. And you always need to be thinking, so when you think about respect, I need someone who can respect me. He's essentially saying, I need someone who can help me elevate in the social hierarchy of this world. Someone who can increase my social standings. And if you can do that as Osis, if you can make him happy, one, like whatever little nuggets that he finds joy in, and if you can elevate and increase his social status, he's not going anywhere. He's not. He really isn't. Think about it. So now next time one of those guys say, hey, Sissy, what are you bringing to the table? You're saying, I'm bringing two things, bruh. I'm bringing two things. One, if you with me, if you're at this level here, I'm going to elevate your social status. I'm going to elevate your social status by one. Your boys are going to look at you and go, shit, bruh. Hey, that's a wife, dog. I'm going to make sure with your family, your uncles look at you and go, yeah, so it's imagine. I'm going to make sure with you at work, when people look at you, your shirt ain't all creased. I'm going to make sure that wherever space you are, you look 10 inches taller, because I'm going to elevate your social status. I'm going to find things that your society, your people find valuable, and I'm going to plant that shit into you, and it's going to make you feel, it's going to increase you within that hierarchical structure, and I'm going to make you happy. If it means that I'm going to wake you up with that tongue thing that you like, I'm going to do that. If it means that every day I'm going to leave you alone for an hour while you play PS5, I'm going to do that. If it means that once a week I get to make you that oxtail and dumpling, I'm going to do that. So again, finding those little nuggets that make him happy. You do those two things. Gent ain't going. I'm not saying gents aren't making mistakes. I'm not saying sisters aren't making mistakes. I'm not talking about a perfect relationship. I'm talking about a really good relationship where we are fighting to stay and be happy forever after. So that's just my little two nuggets. I don't know if you guys agree. Please really send the comments, share this video as much as you can. Please share this video, like, subscribe. A lot of you guys haven't subscribed. Unsubscribe phela nani. Oh, but anyway, have yourselves a phenomenal day. Sharp. Oh, this is video number 200. 200. Yeah. Gang gang. Sharp, guys.